All right, welcome in everybody. We're about to get started. Sorry for the delay. About a 5-minute delay here. Today we will be covering Zone Battle, which is my favorite game mode personally, so hopefully I have a lot to say about it or can provide tips in playing Zone Battle. And we'll get started here in just a moment. Welcome in, Modus Ponens. Let's see, who else we got here? 3D Vania from YouTube, welcome in. Cute Data, Knighting. Yes, we are gonna... So I'll kind of run down the game mode. Maybe play a little bit local of some local matches to explain what's happening. And then we will spectate some community matches of various skill levels and chill out, have some fun as we vibe into the weekend. And yes, I am Austin Bennett, the community developer at Enhanced Experience, and I'm pretty excited to play some Zone Battle today. So let's hop right into it. Before we get started, I wanted to show off, per usual, the Hyperkin Tetris Effect connected Nintendo Switch carrying case. Check it out. It's got the beautiful pieces on the back, Tetris Effect logo. Plus, I believe the second level of Journey mode is kind of the theme. And inside it will have a insert for the Nintendo Switch Lite if you're a Lite player. And a nice top auxiliary zipper pouch there, and a pouch for all your games. So if you are a true Tetris Effect connected fan and want to keep your Nintendo Switch safe, check that out. That is from Hyperkin. I'll plug it in the Twitch chat here. Ooh, Aiken, you have the case now. That is that's awesome. Has your skill level increased since you got the case? As with anything TEC related, any TEC related merch will buff your skill, including the shirt I am wearing right now. Actually, I'm wearing the it's like incognito Tetris Effect nerd. Looks like my connection went out for just a hair there. Just a moment. I'm wearing the We Are All Connected black on black, and I got the black logo on the back as well. This feels like, actually, I think this is my favorite shirt, just because, I don't know, I'm like incognito when I wear it, but still supporting Tetris Effect, so. All right, enough yapping from me. Let's hop right into it. Let's play some Zone Battle. And if you haven't already, be sure to register for the tournament at tetriseffect.game/tournaments. All players, all platforms, all skill levels. We want you to play. Let's try to have more participants than last year. We're getting there. Yeah, our goal is to have over 1,000 players, and I think we're approaching 600, and we have quite a bit of promotion to go. So if you haven't registered, be sure to. I know a lot of our high-level players like to be anonymous and register fairly late in the process, so who knows who we will see. I saw we had Kazu recently register, Yoshoda, and we have Promo for Zone Battle. Those are all heavy hitters. Jaden, OSW, so the Zone Battle tournament is going to be great. And of course, we have heavy hitters for every game mode, but Zone Battle is fresh on my mind as I am about to play some Zone Battle. Okay, so yeah, you can practice Zone Battle in local match if you want to play against an AI or something like that. So I will play against, let's go Veteran. I'm feeling Veteran today. Now, Zone Battle is my favorite game mode by far in Tetris Effect Connected. So a little bit of a bias for me, but yeah, so Zone Battle is just like any, I don't want to say any, has the kind of basic approach that you'll have from any versus Tetris, where, you know, this back and forth. When you send a Tetris, for example, that golden garbage is going to appear on my opponent's board there. And as you can see, it's clean garbage, so there's a bit of, you know, counter-attacking involved and just playing off of what your opponent sends you. So I always recommend, if you're playing a stronger player, to take it easy. You don't need to upstack too high. Upstack being just, you know, building as high as you can, trying to create a combo, something like that, when I can just use this nice, clean Tetris well already set up for me. Why even go through the effort of stacking so high? And that was just an easy combo, and that was kind of created for me. I'm a fairly quick player, so don't be intimidated by my pieces are moving quickly here. Slow down a little bit. But I feel like speed definitely, it is important at the highest level, no doubt. But I think as a new player, just definitely try to understand the nuances of the game mode, how to counterattack, etc. And you will climb in no time. Look. Something you can even do is, I don't even want to clear this yet. When they send me more attacks, there's a good chance that I'm going to have a very clean well here. And look, now I can like do a super counterattack, right? So work smarter, not harder. What is my Zone Battle SR? I think it's right around 13,000 right now. Personally. So yes, that's part of the reason I am even working at Enhance, is I just fell in love with the multiplayer on this game, became part of the community, and Enhance found me through the community, so. Yeah, if you have any questions. So I guess we didn't really talk about the zone mechanic. If you play through the journey mode, you may be familiar with it. Sometimes people play through journey mode and don't even know that it exists. But when you clear a certain amount of lines, you can gain zone meter. And the zone meter is shown in the bottom left here. So I already got a quarter zone. The fastest way to get zone meter is to simply clear Tetrises. So even at a high level, a lot of players will just simply try to get that zone meter, play safe that in that way. You don't need to wait till max zone. I could use it on this quarter zone here, so maybe just kind of like plan out what you may want to do with this zone, because you're going to have bonus attack power during that zone. So why not use this nice clean Tetris well with my zone here? So let's do it. Oh, forgot to actually hit it. It's a pretty hefty 44 attack, and this PC has no chance of standing up to me here. As you see, I like to build T-spins to pile on pressure. There are plenty of T-spin guys out there. That will take some time, and it's kind of a good thing to add to the skill cap. If everyone was only going for Tetrises, this game would be purely a speed game. So T-spins allow for different strategy, different play styles. Welcome in, Haunt Nog. But yes, I am. If you have any questions Zone Battle related, I'm happy to answer them. Are T-spins and Tetrises more effective during the zone? Yes. I guess there's a few reasons why. One thing about the zone is that there is no line clear delay. So So typically when you clear a line, there's going to be a delay before you can place the next piece, right? That delay is entirely gone in the zone, so you can move super fast. And with that being said, if you go for a lot of T-spins, there is bound to be more line clear delay. So T-spins can be heightened in that regard. But more so is that there isn't necessarily, your T-spins aren't necessarily stronger, right? It just like compounds that attack. So if I get 5 T-spins in my zone, that's the power of 5 T-spins that are going to be sent to my opponent. What you really want to do with your zone line clears is try to get as many lines cleared as possible for the bonus. So if I have a 10-line zone versus a 20-line zone, that 20-line bonus is going to be pretty significant. So one way to do that is just like, you know, you can just combo your way down so you can have a quick zone, which allows you to have more time to create the strongest zone possible. Because when you trigger the zone, as you see, the zone meter is going to be slowly depleting, and you want to do whatever you can within that time window. So typically players will kind of wait till that max zone, just because it allows more. It's a larger time window to go for that bonus. However, there are ways to optimize quarter zones, and I feel like that's still something, you know, that players are working on even the highest level. But so right now I have a quarter zone, right? I could just wait for that max, but if I really want to put on pressure early, I could just... This requires speed though, but you can trigger the zone, do what you can to put on that pressure, and this AI is going to be feeling the heat. So that was 26 attack in a pretty small window of time. So there's a lot of different ways you could approach using the zone mechanic. But typically the highest level players are going to try to, unless they see something like really special, right? Where it's like, okay, I have the center combo, I have a quarter zone, let's just put on that pressure. Typically you're going to see people try to go for that max zone. It's kind of a more conservative, reliable approach. Welcome in, Andrew. Andrew's another strong zone battle player. They were actually at the Tetris movie premiere, and we had a friendly match. That was a lot of fun. Is there any way I can still play in today's event? Sure. I'll tag you, and yeah, if anybody wants to play, and you're not already in the Discord group, let me know. I'll tag you right now, Hauntnog. But we'll get started with some community-friendly matches here in a moment. Does a 20-line zone made entirely of singles send less garbage than one that was made with Tetris's, T-spins, etc.? Yes, that's a great question. And that's like a really clear way to look at it, right? Because, like I mentioned, it kind of just compounds your attack. It's just like you're freezing time, and then after you freeze that time, all your T-spins and Tetrises are going to hit like a truck. But in addition to that, the only bonus you get is from the lines cleared during that zone. And also that line bonus is amplified depending on the charge of the zone meter. And if I need to re-elaborate on any of this, let me know. But like, if you have a 20-line zone with a quarter zone meter, it's going to send less lines than a 20-line zone with a max zone meter. However, it's pretty efficient if you can hit the 20 on a quarter zone. It's just very hard to do. I think that might even be the most efficient way to do it. If you can hit four 20 quarter line zones, I think that might send more than a max zone. So, but really, you're going to want to go for those max zones. It's going to be the most conservative, reliable, consistent way to play at a high level. Yes, perfect clears also do hurt. Oh, you don't see the community stream channel? Make sure if you go to the top of the Discord, make sure the channels and roles, that you have all the channels available to you. There should be a public channel. And Aiken, I can tag you in the Discord matchmaking channel, actually. Yeah, be sure to drop your SR in there and we'll get some matches started shortly. Our first match will be Ever Siege and Super Tux. But yeah, maybe I'll try to hunt for a really strong zone before we hop into that. Welcome in, Lyra. Lyra, if you'd like to play, let me know. Before our queue gets too long. Okay, so I have that max zone. Oh, maybe I went a little too hard there. I'm nowhere near really good enough for zone battle. Well, okay, here's the thing, like, the vast majority of the players are not going to be super fast. And when you play in the tournament, you're going to be playing players of a similar skill level. There's going to be tiered brackets, so if you're looking just for more of a casual competitive vibe, definitely still register for the tournament. You'll be paired with other new players. Don't worry, we're not going to match you with Kazu, our strongest zone battle player. You'll be paired with other players of your skill level. Of course, if you want to play in the highest level bracket, you can opt into it, but I assume most players are going to want to have at least a competitive experience, right? So. Yeah, I always try to turn on that speed during the zone. I almost had a PC there. Yeah, I do think that this mode can be very intimidating, more so than like the classic score attack and score attack mode, just because like how the speed works in this, right? Score attack and classic score attack, you're in your bubble. No one's gonna throw attacks your way. But in zone battle, when you're getting pressured by an opponent that's faster or sending more attacks than you, I can understand why it can be a little more intimidating. With that being said, though, I think it's still the most popular multiplayer mode on Tetris Effect. Okay, so we're going to start spectating some matches. And yeah, we're going to match some people of similar skill levels, spectate, have a good time here, chill out. And while that's happening, yeah, definitely keep asking any questions you have about the game mode. I am more than happy to answer. Okay. And yes, if you haven't registered, be sure to check that out, tetriseffect.game/tournaments. You know what? We have most of the entrants so far are like at a casual level, which is great to see. So I think our non-grandmaster brackets are going to be a lot of fun. Okay. So I dropped the room code into the chat. Get the players in here in just a moment. While that is happening, I will continue to plug merch per usual. All right. So yes, I'm wearing the black on black We Are All Connected shirt. One of my favorites, but it's also it's just about to be hoodie season. We have some Tetris Effect connected hoodies, if you're into that kind of thing. It's got I guess this is a test print, so I won't show the back, but there usually is an enhanced logo right under the hoodie. And yeah, we have the black on white, white on black, and then also, I like this one, the gray heather hoodie. Pretty comfy. I wore one Wednesday night. It's like the first chilly night that I've had here in Columbus, Ohio. But yeah, the hoodies are nice. If you want to up your game when you wear the hoodies, shirts, etc., I believe you It makes you a faster player, a better player. So if you want that skill upgrade, be sure to be wearing that merch. Scientifically proven. Okay. We'll do some first to twos. We'll set it first to three. First to three is a good casual chill win count. Who are the next two people? Yeah, we're going to have Eversiege versus Super Tux. I don't think I've ever got to see either of these players play Zone Battle. They should be more on the amateur level, so it'll be fun to watch. The room code is shared. It's shared in the channel on Discord that you're in. If you scroll up my last message. When you guys are ready, we can get started. All right. Let's see what you got. Maybe that coaching from the last 10 to 15 minutes has upped their skill level dramatically. They are now Grandmaster tier players. Okay. Oh, one thing I forgot to note. Yeah, so I prefer to play with the colored pieces. Looks like Super Tux is using the default golden, which I respect. I like playing with the color because it helps me to kind of look at the piece preview and see what pieces are coming up. But not everyone really needs that. We have some super fast players that play with the monochrome look as well, right? Like Blink from Hard Drop, Dormy. Dormy actually uses both, but yeah, it just depends on the kind of player you are and how you look at the board, I suppose. Yeah, you can change your piece color by going to options, then gameplay, then there should be a Tetramino pattern or color option. Testing my knowledge right now. Ooh, Modest Tomato, proud monochrome player. We should have a monochrome player tier list. Who is the best? As far as we know, you might be better at monochrome than Kazu, Modest. Also, I suggest you don't have to do it, of course. You may want to get used to one piece preview first, but you can also up your piece preview to 4 in Tetris Effect Connected, which may give you a better idea of how to stack going into any strategies or knowing how you want to maybe greed for a certain piece and it's not coming. You can like make decisions depending on your piece preview. And that's how players move so fast to begin with, right? So if you are looking to up your game, I recommend just switching to the 4-piece preview when you feel ready. Oh, it is 4 by default, isn't it? I forgot it got changed because when the game released, it was 1 by default. I forgot that got changed. Disregard what I just said. Skylar says, I think I prefer the monochrome colors in Journey, colored in Zone Battle. I am 100% with you on that. Yeah, because when you play through Journey mode, personally, I haven't like tried to get a super high score in Journey mode yet, but I play Journey mode to chill out. Like, and if I'm chilling out, I want to see all the beautiful colors and how it's like how the game was intended to be played in a way, right? So yeah, I'm the same way. I use the monochrome when I play Journey mode. Haunt Nog saying, I've been playing since base Tetris Effect on PS4 for like 2 years, always manually zoomed in. You know what? Some high-level players do that as well. I actually like to be zoomed out, personally. I feel like I get a snapshot of what's going on. You know, like in zone battle, it can be helpful to see. Screen looking is a thing in zone battle, to know when your opponent's about to attack you, and if you want to accept that attack or not for counter-attacking purposes, as I kind of showed earlier. Counter-attacking in this mode is extremely powerful. But some players like to play zoomed in, just for whatever reason. I guess it's just it allows them to more optimally play the game. I think Uyushoda zooms in a little bit. I might be wrong. Uyushoda's a very strong player. Either way, we have a pretty good matchup here. Let's see if Eversiege can bring it back. I saw they had a lot of misplacements on their blocks too in the first round. It looks like they have a little bit cleaner of a setup going into this game 3. All these two are playing. I'm gonna see who is going to be playing next. I like to go from 0 to hero when I do these, so highlight some of the lower SR matches, and then we can end it with a bang on the high SR matches. Maybe next we can do Wabi versus Aiken. Might be a good matchup. Ooh. Is Eversiege, looks like they're contemplating what to do here. They actually have a good position. I think so this takes some time to learn, but on Eversiege's board, you can see that glowing large garbage meter, right? To the left of their board. If they accept that attack, they're going to accept gray blocks or garbage blocks up to where that is marked. So like just below where their hold box is there. So it can be worth like figuring out if you want to accept that or not, because if you can accept that, especially early on in the game when the garbage is like we say cleaner, if it's like these clean Tetris wells, you may want to accept it, right? But it looked like it was a little sketchy for Eversiege to accept that, and they went a more conservative route. Super Tux could maybe get the kill here with that Tetris. It's going to be close. Yeah. Super Tux takes it with a pretty clean matchup. GG. Yeah, especially early on. If it's below... If neither player scores 20,000, that garbage is going to be very clean. So counterattacking is very strong in this early phase of the game. At 20,000, the garbage becomes a little messier, and then at 60,000 points, the garbage becomes extremely messy every other piece. So high-level matches, you're going to see like it gets right into that phase 3, like in under a minute, because it gets scores so fast. Wabi and Aiken are invited to play the next match, if you are in chat. Otherwise, I'm going to try to get a list of matches here so people know when they're playing. And yeah, if anyone is missing out on joining a lobby, let me know. I guess we already have a lot of players, but I'll try to get as many matches as we can in if you want to play tonight. Looks like Aiken made their way in, and Wabi is on the way. Wabi is our moderator, and if you are playing in the tournament, you may interact with Wabi. I believe Wabi will be helping with the Time Slot 2 tournaments for Score Attack. Well, they'll probably be helping with the Teams tournament too, but they'll be helping run brackets, and they are going to be helping with the stream as well. Oh, Wabi pulling out this is called a DT cannon, standing for double triple cannon. As you see, you get a double T-spin, and then it sets up that T-spin triple very nicely. Yeah, if you search a simple Google search of DT cannon, and you can learn to do that. It's actually a fairly easy setup to memorize, and if you're looking for like a consistent way to open the game, definitely look up any Tetris openers that appeal to you. Modest, you want to play a quick one? Okay, we can get Modest in there. I'll tag you, Modest, in the matchmaking lobby. Do you know what your SR is right now? If you want to share your SR in that channel. Ooh, Wabi with a combo set up here. And Aiken the first to zone. So here's one thing. There's a bit of a balance to if you decide to zone first before your opponent. If you are the first player to zone, that means like Aiken is going to be able to get a quarter zone faster than Wabi because they're already building that up, gathering that resource. However, if Wabi opts to be the second player to zone, that means they will be taking no pressure from Aiken during their zone, and they can get their board into a really comfortable state and throw in a lot of attack power if they are a strong, I like to say an ultra player because it refers to the ultra game mode, like knowing how to just how to create attack power. And I think at a high level, a lot of players like to be the second player to zone just because they have that knowledge of how to create attacks in zone battle. But I love to be the first player to zone. It's just kind of like you have insurance in having that extra zone meter to save you if you get in trouble. Call me Star, welcome in. Modest is 10k. Do you have any other 10k players? Oh, you can play against Narso. And then after the Modest Tomato match, we can get the, let's do Modus Ponus, Ponens against Strange. Okay, so yeah, Modest Tomato also is likely going to be helping us with TECWC commentary this year. They also helped last year, so looking forward to that. I just noticed Aiken is using a 2-piece preview. More power to you. I feel like not many people opt for for 2 or 3 pieces. It's either like 1 or 4 is what I usually see. I like the idea of having a 2-piece preview. Whatever floats the boat. Whatever fits your playstyle. All right, Wabi under some pressure here. Looks like Aiken is throwing down. Kind of has a good understanding of the tempo here in zone battle. We'll see. Wabi gets some pretty forgiving garbage. I don't know if they can accept this. Okay, that's actually... Oh, okay. That's a little sketchy. Also, they have a quarter zone here that they're going to need to use. So, mapping it out before they start here. I think they might just barely... Oh, almost got out of there. Taking up 2-0. I believe in the Wabi, though. I like that Wabi was thinking through their decisions, so they're trying to make the most of that incoming attack, which is very important in this game mode. All right, Aiken with that side 2L combo allows you a two wide is a really good introductory strategy. Just setting up a well that is a width of 2 blocks that will fit any piece into that in that well without really having to know like how to properly create that sequence to extend your combo. 2 wide is pretty approachable. And strong in zone battle because it allows you to make the most out of that zone, right? So if you trigger your combo in addition to triggering your zone, you're bound to send some pretty strong attacks. And of course, if you get comfortable using that 2-wide combo, you can maybe learn the 3-wide and then the 4-wide. 4-wide is probably the most difficult to learn. But 2-wide is a great starting point for comboing. Bobby under a lot of pressure here. They do have a quarter zone. Looks like they're going to try to use it to survive here. They might have a good sequence here, actually. We'll see if they see the solve. Oh, there they go. Extending that combo. A nice find from Wabi. They still have some messy garbage they have to work through, but it's actually pretty even Stevens right now. You know, I think Aiken for the first time is on the back foot in this matchup. Let's see if they can manage. Okay, they got a little farther with that zone than I thought. Getting a 12-line zone, sending some attack towards Wabi. Wabi is ready and waiting with that max zone meter. Well, wonder when they're going to trigger it. Looks like they want to greed out just a little bit more, and bam, there it is. Okay, looks like they do find a solution here. Ooh, with a T-spin. Oh, they messed up the T-spin. Oh no. Keep playing, Wabi. It happens to the best of us. All right. This is close. Although, kind of a rough sequence there for Wabi to find a simple solution without any clever spins involved. And there they go. They have the clean well. They're going to burn a few lines and then find their way down further on the board, looking to down stack so that they're comfortable accepting any kind of attack. And once again, Wabi on that max zone, just kind of debating how they want to use it before triggering that zone. I like that Wabi is trying to think ahead. In the long run, if you are grinding this game, definitely think through your actions, and the speed will come second to just properly understanding what's happening on this crazy game mode. Ooh, this might be a strong attack from Aiken. Find that T-spin. Wabi doesn't have any zone meter. I don't know if, let's see, they might, okay. They got a quarter zone. I don't see a solution here. Let's see. Oh, very close. I love it. I love the the attempt to survive there. Wabi, nice showing. And Aiken will take this match 3-2-0. GG. GG. Next up, we're going to have Modest Tomato, our resident commentator, versus Narso. I don't know too much about Narso. I've seen Narso on Tetris Effect matchmaking, and I'll be able to take a closer look at their gameplay here. Okay, so I think next up will be Narso and Modest Tomato. If you need the room code, let's see. I'll drop it in chat for you, or in Discord. Gold 1176. I'd like to join this showcase. Sure. I just want to try it out. How do I do so? I don't really know how to use start.gg. Oh, so this we're just running through the Discord. I'll actually tag you on Discord. I believe I saw you react to the... or maybe you said you were interested in the event, right? Okay, I found your ID. So I'm waving to you on Discord. When you join that Discord channel, just if you could drop your SR value, and we'll try to match you with a similar skilled opponent. Okay, so Laquan Cena. I feel like that is possibly Modest Tomato. And then we're gonna, who are we waiting for? Narso. Narso, if you are available. While we wait for Narso, if you haven't already, be sure to register for the tournament. We want players of all skill levels, any platform. If you are playing on Amazon Luna, we want you. Or MetaQuest. It'd be sick if we had a VR player take it all the way in one of the brackets. So don't be afraid to sign up. You will be placed against players of similar skill levels. So yeah, don't be intimidated by what you may see on our community stream tonight. These are our core community members that play the game quite a bit. But you can be matched against players of similar skill levels, and it'll be a good old time. And maybe a good experience if you're just looking to maybe see how you stack against the rest in competitive Tetris. Okay, looks like Narso is finding their way here. I'll get a quick plug on the one and only Hyperkin Nintendo Switch Tetris Effect connected carrying case. It is the greatest Nintendo Switch carrying case on the market. It's got a nice handle here. The back, we have some multicolored Tetris pieces. Keeps your Nintendo Switch nice and safe. Oh, I closed it up. Yes, Hyper Kit. It has a, what is it, a Nintendo Switch Lite insert if you are a Lite player. Do we have any Nintendo Switch Lite owners? I don't think I've ever tried to play a Tetris Effect on a Nintendo Switch Lite. But yes, from Hyperkin, check it out. I gotta work on my promotions before the tournament, so getting some practice in there. Very spacey, yes, a very spacey design. Yeah, I can't remember the name of the second journey mode level, but definitely influenced by that. Narso, have you found your way? Oh, Narso's warming up. Okay. Oh, they're there. Narso is in the lobby, ready to go. Pharaoh's Code, thank you. I don't know why I didn't remember that. Yeah, I'll plug Hyperkin in the Twitch chat if you want to check out their Tetris product line. I believe there's also some wristbands and whatnot, or watch bands. If you have an Apple Watch, Android, smartphone watch, or a smartwatch, I guess. Oh, they're getting started. I believe if there's adapters that come with it for the Apple Watch. It should also just work with any watch in general, I believe. All right, so here we go. Narso versus Laquan Cena. Who is going to take it? Oh, look at that clean well from Modest. This is looking like a pretty even skill matchup here. Excited to see how this turns out. We might get some Phase 3 action, which I don't think we've got to see a whole lot of so far on tonight's stream. And yeah, to elaborate on the phases within Zone Battle. So when you hit 20,000, the garbage will get a little bit more divided, so you're not going to have as clean of wells that are appearing on your board when your opponent attacks you, right? And then once it hits 60,000 in score, it'll get very, very messy, which it kind of forces players to really play efficiently. You have to block attacks, so to block attacks in this game, send an attack at the same time, it's going to cancel out, right? And it looks like Narso will take game 1 here. But yeah, attack blocking is very important in this game as well, at a higher level. May require some screen watching in certain instances. Knowing when to accept attacks and when to try to negate attacks using your own is something that takes a lot of time and adds to the skill cap of competitive Tetris. Ooh, kind of a powerful combo to kick things off, forcing Narso to zone. This actually puts Modest Tomato in a pretty comfortable position. They already have max zone and may want to utilize that sooner than later, but look, they also accept this clean garbage and very nice timing on that zone, so this could be a pretty strong attack going towards Narso. Okay. And of course, Narso rocking the, what is that, an elk The Elk Avatar, and Laquan Cena with the Mana Ray. I personally am a Horse Avatar user. If you want to join Club Horse, you need to get 100 ranked wins in score attack. Oh god, not score attack. Score attack! Score attack's fun. I can understand. Not everyone has their own preferences when it comes to any Tetris game, right? But I think score attack is fun when you get the hang of it. Definitely a different player base. Yeah, you definitely would want to, at the highest level, you would want to learn how to do the ST stack within score attack. And yes, as you can tell that the music sounds a little more intense, that's how you know you are in phase 3, where the garbage is messier. So if you look at Narso's board, there are no clean wells, so you have to work with this messy garbage. So that's why blocking attacks, or trying to send attacks at the same time as your opponent, is a very key strategy. Okay, so now Modest is on the defensive here. They should be okay. You're going to want to optimally make your way through this messy garbage. And it can be tricky to know like when I should stack up for Tetris, set up for a T-spin, or when I should downstack. So this phase within Zone Battle can take a lot of practice to master. Okay, I like that Modest kind of going for those T-spins instead of trying to be on the back foot, like downstacking. It can be a delicate balance knowing when to downstack and when to go for those attacks, because sometimes you're not going to have a clean like sequence or a way to make your way through that messy garbage. In those instances, you may want to opt for like a T-spin to block or just pressure your opponent. Ooh, Modest pretty high up on their board. They might have a sequence here. Let's see if they find it or get a quarter zone. Ooh, very close. And Narso will take game 2. Oh, sorry, Gold. I missed your rating the first time. Oh no, I missed what happened. I was looking away. Narso takes out Modest pretty quickly. Maybe some misdrops involved. Maybe something tragic. But Narso taking a dominating 3-0 lead against my buddy, Modest Tomato. But who knows, maybe Modest Tomato will be back with a vengeance in the future. Modest, train up. Narso, maintain that skill level. And maybe we can have a rematch on a future community stream. All right, who's next? So I think next up we have Modus Ponens against Strange. If you two are still available. Okay, let Strange know that they can hop into this lobby. Yeah, looks like we have somebody looking for... If you are newer to Zone Battle, we have somebody else looking for a Zone Battle match around the 3,500 SR range, or 3,000. Oh, yeah, maybe they were looking at overall SR. Oh, it looks like Strange found their way in here. And yeah, when you two are ready, we can get going. How do you join? Hopefully, I see a lot of people are trying to join late. But yeah, if we have some extra time following the early birds here that decided they wanted to play earlier today, we'll have an open invite for some matches. Silas, if you'd like to play. I'm thinking we should have Knighting versus Misty at some point. Oh, also I see Bijatron or Micah. I was looking for a match. I think. Is Bijatron around? Oh, Misty's busy. Okay. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Well, Knighting, you're welcome to elect somebody to play against, maybe around your skill level. I see that we have some other high-level players in here. Maybe Star versus Knighting. That might be a good matchup, right? Oh, Strange Earth using our colorblind blocks. If you keep going further right on the Tetramino colors slider. Which, of course, was added during an accessibility patch, I believe. And, of course, players like it, even if they are not colorblind. But we do have some high-level colorblind players, like, I believe Firestorm? I don't think Firestorm uses the skin, though, but... This looks like a good matchup here. I like to watch Zone Battle of all skill levels, as long as it is a close match. It's also fun to see how people of different skill levels approach the game. And it seems like people have a good idea, like strategically still, for Zone Battle. Just like, you know, things like speed can be a hindrance. But, yeah. Ooh, Modus opponent is pretty high up on the board. Opting to just kind of work their way through this. And they're going to need to... Well, I like that they're going for this T-spin. Playing a little aggressive here. Are those the same symbols on the pieces as it is on Game Boy? That's a good question. I'm actually not sure. Does anybody know that offhand? It does seem very similar to the Game Boy skin. My guess is no, but I might be wrong. Yeah, Knighting, I think you can ping somebody in if you'd like. If not, I'll do it. Okay. Modus Ponus with some clean stacking here. Ooh, even finding the super T-spin setup. And yes, if you're new to competitive Tetris and you ever hear me say some gibberish thing like super T-spin setup, definitely give it a nice Google search. I'm sure it'll appear. But there's a lot of setups in this game that people can kind of remember through pattern recognition. Like here we see it again. The super T-spin's a pretty easy one to see. And then once you pick up on those pattern recognitions, it allows you to stack faster and stack more efficiently as you just kind of start to see that setup more often. But meanwhile, Strange Earth is doing a great job here. They're pretty much tied up in zone meter. Strange Earth blocking that attack from Modus Ponus, who is still going for these T-spins. Both players seem to have a grasp on setting up T-spins. It's a pretty evenly skilled match. Does look like Modus Ponus does have the score advantage. Not necessarily an advantage, but they may be able to, like... This is a pretty expert technique in zone battle, but if you're watching your own score, you'll know when you're going to enter phase 3. You might have a good idea. And they can, like, zone while you enter phase 3. I don't necessarily recommend that, or paying attention to that too much if you're an entry-level player, but it is a strategy. Ooh. Pretty clean tank from Modus, and it's nearly tied up. Modus having 3 messy lines of garbage. It's the only difference between these players going into phase 3, where the garbage is messy, garbage being these gray blocks on the bottom. As you can see, there's going to be gaps that are randomized and never in the same well, which makes it pretty difficult to counterattack and to make your way down that board safely. It does look like Strange is applying the pressure here, kind of in the driver's seat, and Modus Ponus is trying to figure out ways to deal with that pressure, and they're doing a good job at that. The first to zone is always a good thing in phase 3. Well, not so much being the first to zone, but being ahead on that zone meter is very important. So this gives Modus Ponus time to get their next quarter zone started. Ooh. Oh, interesting. Okay. Modus fishing for that T-spin, putting on a little bit of pressure. And actually finds a pretty good downstack sequence here. Oh, they are the same cute data. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, so the accessibility feature of these pattern blocks for Strange Earth actually mimic the Game Boy pattern. It's a good piece of trivia. Ooh, Modus Ponus with the setups here. That's called a Trinity. I don't know if it's a reference to the Matrix or who called it a Trinity to begin with, but yeah, the super T-spin over a T-spin double. Very nice from Modus Ponus with that stacking knowledge. That was a close match though. Tied up 1-1. I am loving this matchup. Both with like a pretty good understanding of the game, and I assume their hindrance to getting too high ranked right now might be more speed related. But I love to see. I love that I can kind of follow their logic due to that. Whereas it can be pretty hard to follow sometimes, like a super high level match because they're moving 5 million miles per hour. But this is a great speed to kind of analyze what's happening a little bit. Yeah, Modus is going very crazy with those super T-spin doubles. If you want to learn more setups like that, just give that a search, super T-spin double. I recommend the website 4.lol. It's a very informative website. We also have the Hard Drop Wiki, which is a community-run wiki from the long-standing Hard Drop community. Definitely a lot of resources out there if you're looking to up your game. If you want to take a more academic approach to the game rather than just getting on and playing like I do. I definitely recommend the academic approach. Let's see. Ooh, that was unfortunate. I think that was a misrotation on that long bar, and Strange Earth will top out. Welcome inside, Ark. Happy to see returning faces to our community night here. How many of you are playing in the Connected Teams tournament next week? Any of you still looking for a team? That Stoge guy, welcome in. Watching Kazu equals learning. That yes, I also do. I do recommend watching players if you're trying to learn. Sometimes they can be playing very quickly though, but what I like to do if they're playing super quickly, ooh, another Trinity setup for Modus. I pause the video a lot, so I'm like, okay, how did they end up in this position? What did I do differently? I like to kind of follow along as if I'm the player, and then see how they deviate, right? That could be one way to learn, and seeing why they may deviate. Ooh, finding the C-spin. Modus testing my ability to name all these things. The C-spin is a very powerful downstack tool that you are going to see a lot from our best players. Yeah, C-spin as in the letter C, not as in seesaw. Okay, so Modus putting on a lot of pressure here, but actually Strange Earth should be able to negate this. I think it should be a pretty even outcome here. Yeah, Strange Earth barely behind. Interesting placement on that Z piece from Strange Earth. We'll see if they can kind of fix this up a little bit. Might just need to like throw pieces down and then play around it. Sometimes we're gonna get these like situations where it's like I don't know the correct solution right away. Sometimes you just have to throw the Tetraminos right at it and hope for the best. Speaking from personal experience. But when you're doing that as well, you may find like it may click as you are throwing things at it, right? Anyways, both players at max zone. I kind of like Modus's clean well here. Oh, they actually decide to zone on that. I like that. That was smart. How Strange Earth going to react? So while Modus is zoning, Strange Earth is able to kind of greed up a little bit. And this is one way to approach it. So they have a double Tetris. Okay. I actually don't know. Oh, they caught up just a hair. This is a great matchup. I think the only issue with Strange's zone there was they may have been a little too high up on the board, but they did manage to get the double Tetris very quickly and are doing just fine here. Score attack next Friday. Next Friday we might actually... I was wondering if we were... I kind of wanted to do a connected versus, but I guess we could do score attack next Friday. What do you guys think? I was thinking we may want to do connected, given that it's the tournament the next day. If you guys need to brush up or anyone had any questions or wants to find a team at the last minute, we'll definitely have score attack the week of the score attack tournament. We did do connected versus, but we're gonna have another round of. I thought it would be applicable to have like the game mode before, or whatever the week of the tournament is. We can cover that game mode. I guess Score Attack got left out in that regard, but we could play some Score Attack next Friday too. Maybe I'll just can maybe do some connected in addition to Score Attack. At least encourage people to find their teams. Anyways, this is a close match. A 4-minute and 30-second round, which as a player probably feels like an eternity. At some point, it clicks like, oh wait, how long have I been in this match? But yeah, if you have a close zone battle match, it could go on for quite a while. And both these players are like strategically competent too, so we might be in for a doozy here. Modus Ponus, looking for that efficiency. You know what? The thing is, that's part of the. They zone pretty low to their board, like at the bottom of their board, which the zone meter at this stage of the game depletes much faster. So it could be. Oh, they found a PC though. Very nice. That perfect clear actually might put a lot of pressure on to Strange Earth. But yeah, playing from the bottom of the board isn't a bad thing. It's just it can be pretty difficult because you have more ground to cover within a certain amount of time when it comes to soft dropping. Are we gonna have all right. I hope we have a 10-minute game here. Let's do it. This is epic. All right, T-spin triple from Modus, putting pressure on Stranger, forcing them to zone. But they do block it with that T-spin from Stranger Earth as well. Ooh, looks like they're running in an unfavorable position here. They may top out. GG. That was a good game. Thanks for the showcase. And hope both of you are playing in the tournament. Maybe you'll match up in your respective bracket. Maybe we'll see a Modus Ponens against Strange Earth in the finals somewhere in the future. Cool. Well, you earned me as a fan. Who do we have up next? I think we have Knighting versus... Was it Knighting versus Icelius? Silas? I don't know why I say Silius. Oh, I didn't pick, did I? I was too engrossed with that match. Who else is waiting? We have Hauntnog at 9,300. Looking for another newer player to play against Gold. Is Super Tux still around? Maybe we can have Super Tux versus Gold. If anybody else is like newer to Zone Battle and looking for a matchup, we have somebody else that is looking for that match. Oh, Sidearc, what's your Zone Battle rating? Maybe we could do Sidearc versus Gold. Yes, nicely played. That was a great game. You both had like similar approach too. It was cool to see. That Stoge, we can get you in here. Are you in the enhanced Discord? So we'll get that guy Stoge. Oh, there you are. Well, I'll tag you in here, and if we can get you in a matchup, then then we'll do so. We have a lot of people trying to play, though. Let's get Gold and Super Tux in a match because they're similar skill level. And then following that, Knighting and Silas you can play, if that's okay. Cool. Side Arc is around 5,000. Oh, we could have Side Arc versus Stoge then, if you guys want to. I'll tag you Side Arc. I think that's a good matchup. Sorry, I might have put a confusing message in chat just now. For 1 sec. I'll reword that. Oh, Hot Nog, sorry. Yeah, Hot Nog, we can get, you want to play against Super Tux, if that makes sense? We'll get you in there. All right, so we have Gold versus Super Tux. Super Tux played against Eversiege earlier and took the win. Yeah, Hot Nog. I guess I was just looking for someone around your skill level. Maybe Call Me Star. If Call Me Star's around, would be a good opponent for you. And it looks like Super Tux will take game 1 here. But happy to see some new players. I think Gold is fairly new to Zone Battle. With that being said, they have some pretty clean stacking. Pretty quick Tetris setup here. Super Tux actually under some pressure, but they have some clean garbage waiting for them. And also that clean Tetris wall they set up, so pretty strong attack there from Super Tux. But Gold does trigger that zone first and may be able to counter that attack. And Super Tux does drop that zone. Not too much yet in terms of lines for that zone attack bonus. But this gives Gold some time to catch up and maybe even things out on their end once again. Ooh, big attack. Triggers the zone. Oh no, I think they had an extra rotation on that T-piece. Good try there from Gold though. It seems like a close match. Just a little bit volatile in this early phase. Both players seem to stack pretty quickly, and understand what they're doing. But Super Tux getting the stronger attack in each matchup so far, or each round. Oh, Lyra would like to play. Lyra, what is your rating right now? You might actually be a good matchup for Haunt Nog. Yeah, we should do that. You could do Haunt Nog versus Lyra. I think that'd be a good matchup. Oh no. Oh, okay. Gold takes the first win there. No sweep for Gold. Gold is coming back strong, coming back for that reverse sweep. Going for Gold. Ooh, kind of a tricky board here. Once Gold can access this well, though. Okay, perfect. They got that quarter zone. Interesting that they triggered that right away. I actually kind of like that. Just to like be like, all right, I am for sure not dying. Oh, and Super Tux accepts quite a bit. They actually do manage to get the Tetris. Oh, this is... oh, no. And Gold tops out. That was kind of crazy. That could have gone either way. Nice matchup. So Super Tux takes it 3-1 there. Thanks for playing, you two. And next up, we're gonna have Knighting versus Silas. Silas. Welcome in Electric Live with the heart. Right back at you. Next up, we can do Sidearc and Stochka if you two are ready. Oh, thanks for playing. Yeah, we are going to continue these Friday streams. If you're looking for more matches or looking to learn about a specific game mode, and that's an open invitation to anybody watching of any skill level, any platform. What's the other part of the tagline? All players, all platforms, all skill levels. I think I did catch it, or I did cover it all there. But be sure to register if you haven't already for TECWC at tetriseffect.game/tournaments, and we would love to have you. You will be playing against players of similar skill levels, so as you have seen with all these matches tonight, they've been pretty fun, and it seems like people are learning about these other players, and I saw that Modus and Strange may continue to communicate because that was such a close matchup, so maybe they'll play even more in the future. So definitely a good time to find other players to play with on these Friday night streams. Okay, so we have Stoge in the chat. Is Sidearc around? Oh wait, did I? I'm sorry, did I mix it up? Sorry about that. I did have Knighting versus Silas first. Well, if Sidearc isn't around yet, let's actually do Knighting and Silas if you guys want to make your way into the lobby. Sorry about that. Because I do not see Sidearc right now. Oh, you are here. Maybe it is a chat delay thing. Okay. Well, let's get Knighting and we'll stick to my schedule that I made and forgot. We'll do Knighting and Silas, and then we'll do Stoge versus Sidearc. And while they find their way into the lobby, hi everybody, check out the Tetris Effect Connected merch. This one's really hard to see on my camera because I have the black text on the black shirt, And also there's the black logo on the back. I like this because it's my incognito nerding out supporting Tetris shirt without everyone being like, look at him, he's a Tetris player. And also we have the hoodies. It's about that time for hoodie wear. We have the gray heather, the black on white, and you guys are welcome to start. Don't wait for me while I do my spiel. Black on white. And there's also the white logo on black. The merch does make you a better player. When you wear a shirt, you instantly gain higher attack power on your Tetrises and T-spins. So kind of a cheat code. All right, let's hop into it. Yeah, skip my ad. But yes, this should be a high level matchup here. Goes to show that speed is very important at high level. But really, in the grand scheme of things, like that Modus Ponus versus Strange Match, for example, they had a pretty good understanding of what's happening. Really, what can be a big separator at this high level is speed. And speed only really comes with a lot of practice. And they call it finesse, just like knowing how to best move your pieces. That takes time. But I really like that we're getting these other matchups where players are showing they have the know-how. Speed will come with time. And these players put in the time and are kind of killing it right now. Knighting under pressure from Silas. Ooh, Silas was fishing for that T-spin. Is going to have a misdrop, so it gives Knighting a little room to catch up, and another misdrop on that J piece. Nice down stack, and it looks like they go for that T-spin single into the Tetris. Oh, actually, they burn the line first. But yeah, one thing that gets lost on newer players, back-to-back sends extra bonus, so when possible, you're going to want to have all your T-spins consecutively. And if you burn a single, double, or triple, you lose your back-to-back bonus. So in a long matchup, in an evenly skilled matchup, that back-to-back will add up, especially in this Phase 3 where it's like messy garbage, right? So if one player does a Tetris and the other player does a Tetris that is a back-to-back Tetris, the player that does not have the back-to-back bonus will receive one line of garbage, right? And that can accrue and add up if you are not maintaining your back-to-back in the later phase of the game. First dub to Knighting. And we had some thumbs up from our spectator. I'm going to add to that real quick. Cute Data says, I've been hardcore misdropping all week. Oh, sorry. Silas was really high on their board there. Spooked me for a moment. Jump scared right when I looked at their board. But they managed to actually make quite an attack out of it. But yes, I saw that Cute Data's been misdropping a lot. Strange Earth says, tell me about it. I dropped from 8,300 to 7,600 last night. And I just want to say that don't take it too hard when you lose that much rating, right? Like, I feel I lose rating a lot, especially when I stream, because I get too chill. But really, if you continue to improve, your rating is going to naturally go up over time, right? And I feel like if I have a good session, I'll get my rating back. It can be hard to not get frustrated sometimes when you're trying to, if you have like a rating goal or something like that. But yeah, when you have a good session, you're bound to climb back to where your skill level truly is, right? So stay on the grind, you'll climb and make up for that. Anybody that plays a lot of competitive games knows that over time you'll land where you should be anyways. And yeah, personally, I don't really set rating goals for myself. I try to set like goals based around like learning the game. It's a lot less stressful. Okay, so they are going to kick in that phase 3. Fortunately, Silas does start a zone before that phase 3, so they're going to get the full length of that zone. And Knighting with a bit of an advantage, throwing down here. Silas looking for that T-spin. How are they going to follow this up? Look like, yeah. I like that they're building T-spins over downstacking it, and they're like kind of making their way down. Oh, that was a nice Tetris find from Silas, but I didn't catch Knighting's board there. Not sure what happened. But yeah, I like that Silas was kind of fishing for T-spins, and then they were kind of making their way down their board slowly while trying to maintain a little bit of back-to-back, a little bit of pressure, right? And I feel like that's a really good approach to this phase of the game. And it's tied up. Stoge guy says, I'm only on Tetris just to enjoy the game and have fun. You know what? That is a great approach. More power to you there. But I also respect the people that are just trying to be like, you know what? I'm going to kill it on this game. I want to be really good at it. I want to show people I know what's up. More power to them too. But you definitely can play in ranked queue and then like not take it too hard when you lose and stuff like that, right? I'm kind of the same way. Although I do try to win, obviously. I climb this game and try to get better at the game, but I don't take losing too hard. Not anymore though. I will say when I played competitive games when I was younger, I took losing a little harder. I just think over time, I'm just like, I know how laddering works. It doesn't bother me too much. Anyways, we got a pretty even matchup here. I like, I'm watching Silas because I'm a little more unfamiliar with him as a player. Let's give Knighting some love here. Nice downstack from Knighting. And yeah, Knighting is our humanity top dog. A very strong, I say very strong, but puzzle game is a pretty different aspect. Our most accomplished is probably the best word when it comes to solving puzzles and humanity. Not the most crossover between like humanity and Tetris players so far that we've observed, but if you're into puzzle games, Knighting is our highest ranked player when it comes to solving community levels. And yeah, Knighting will take that win. Oh yeah, oh, good timing from our automatic bot. Follow humanity. Yeah, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, looks like our Twitch bot they must have been listening in and plugged humanity's socials, and yeah, definitely check it out. This is a free demo on Steam if you are a PC player, and it's also available on PS Plus. Anywho, we got a close match here. Oh, that's a rough placement from Knighting. Actually going to trigger the zone. I like that. Keep their board at a comfortable state. Nice S-spin to clean through that misdrop. That was good. That was a good play from Knighting considering. I do think Stoge will probably get the stronger attack here. We'll see if Knighting is ready to brace for impact, and that works out very nicely for them. They have that quarter zone advantage. And it's kind of a clean garbage to work through, so they can counterattack here a little bit. Another misdrop, though, so they will have to kind of work their way through this. They do find that clean well, and things are looking up. They hit the max zone right away. We'll see if they attempt to make use of that, and they do. So nice play from Knighting. Sealess dropping in some efficiency here with another powerful zone here from Sealess as well. A lot of T-spins, and all these T-spins are going to compound for a big attack. 52 attack. Knighting is able to tank it. If they can actually access that clean garbage, they might be able to make use of that attack that Sealess sent their way. Able to downstack. Okay, ooh, I like that placement. That's actually a nice setup for that T-spin, and they should find a clean well. So Knighting in a good position, putting on pressure against Sealess, and it's actually pretty even. Sealess does have a zone advantage, but that was a lot of attack power from Knighting. Ooh, this is tough. Tough call on what kind of moves to make. Neither of them were like tanking each other's attacks. They were both like... I'm sorry, they both were taking each other's attacks, so it definitely like Russian roulette in the way they were approaching that there. Like a bit of a gamble to accept these attacks, like trying to out pressure the other opponent. Very aggressive is the word I'm looking for. Okay, Sealess needs a strong zone here. I think they have a decent sequence to follow up, and they should be okay. Ooh, nice find to work their way down this messy garbage. It's a close match. Oh, interesting. Opting to like downstack pretty early there. Just trying to navigate through this messy garbage. Don't really have enough space to create T-spins for blocking or anything like that, so they're just kind of throwing speed at it. And it's working out. There we go. Sets up that T-spin single into a nice downstack combo. That was beautiful. Knighting at the bottom of their board should be able to tank most of this. Ooh, Knighting setting up what looked like a DT. And they do find it. They have to use the T piece, so they're going to have to fish for that next T piece. Able to do so. Both players sitting on max zone. Who will zone first? Ooh, Sealess in kind of an uncomfortable position. You want to utilize that zone when you're a little bit further down your board so that you can get a higher line bonus. So I think Sealess is going to try to at least get to mid-level board state before they use their zone. Yeah, both players kind of like in a standoff position on deciding when they want to use their zone. Looks like Sealess does pull the trigger. It's high noon. Okay, you know what? That's not that bad. Knighting does get the better zone there, but Sealess is the first to get that quarter zone. Should have a little bit of a zone advantage if they can somehow employ that. Oh, Knighting stacks too high in the center. So we're going to the D-cider. Everyone pour out a glass of cider. So Knighting opting for like kind of a sprint. Both players opting for more of a sprint open. It's like Knighting with a 7-2, which means that you have your well in the 8th column, I suppose. And then Sealess using that 6-3, so their well's in the 7th column. Yeah, both players kind of navigating towards wherever that garbage well is at this phase of the game. And Knighting trying to get that max zone, I think, before they trigger. And throwing some efficiency in it as well. They may want to tank what they can here, but that biggest tank is... Okay, they opt not to. Interesting. I guess it would have been a little risky if they tried to take that large chunk of damage. So they're opting to play a little more conservative. Probably the smart thing to do. And you don't know if that garbage is going to be clean or not, right? So, uh-oh. Very, very close to getting pressure to the top of their board, but Knighting manages to survive. This puts Silas in a pretty comfortable position. They're ahead on zone. They're also able to put on that pressure with their comfortable 3-6 stacking. I think they'll probably opt to zone here. Yeah, this will be a strong zone from Silas, and we'll see Knighting actually in a good position too. Yeah, I was about to say they probably want to zone before we kick in that phase 3 where you hear the ding, and when you hear that ding, that means that you are bound to have messier garbage. Ooh, nice zone with a 61 attack. So there's that messy garbage on Silas' side. Silas does have a quarter zone if they need to use it. Oh, Knighting kind of greeting for that Tetris. That was interesting. But because they tanked that attack, it puts extra pressure on Silas. They're pretty high on their board. Yes, the ding sounds. That does get lost. The ding sounds means that you are going into the next phase. So that means the garbage is messier. The other indicator is the music. So the music changes. Right now we're in the phase 3 music where it's, intense. You got your game face on for this music. Obviously, who doesn't? Okay. This is a great matchup. Silas should be able to tank this, but they're still pretty high on their board. They've shown really good down stacking so far. One way to practice your down stacking is playing Purify in the single player effect modes. It's like it's good practice for you. Oh no, they didn't have any zone, so Knighting will take it 3-2. But yeah, Purify is great practice for the phase 3. Great match, guys. That was fun. It's a high quality match. If I'm actually getting involved with the commentary, that I am digging the matchup. So good stuff. So next up, we're going to finally have, let's see, let me double check my list before I mess up again. Okay, we're going to have Psydark versus that Stoge guy, and then Hunt Nog versus Red Lyra to probably be the last match of the stream. So sorry if I'm missing anybody. I can't be here forever, unfortunately. Well, I probably could. Are we doing a 24-hour community stream tonight? What do you guys think? But yeah, I think those are going to be our last 2 games. So Psydark and Stoge hop in. I see Psydark is in our spectator slot here. I've seen that Stoge guy around. Did you play in last year's tournament, Stoge? Or do you play Classic Tetris? Where do I see that name a lot? I've seen it around. How do I exit spectator? Yeah, escape if you're turned golden, and then just use like the down arrows to move towards the 2-player box there. There you go. There you go. Oh, Blink stream. That's probably what it is, yeah. I do like to watch the Hard Drop stream. Shout out to Blink and the Hard Drop community. Community I've been a part of for over a decade. Longer than a decade. Probably 15 years. But that's one thing, like, if you're looking to improve in this game, definitely like engage with the community. That's If you're at all a social person or a social gamer, if you're learning the game among other people, improving with along somebody else, definitely more fun. Not necessarily more fun, but more fulfilling. And possibly more fun, depending on the players. Okay, so Stoge with the tricky board here. Side arc doesn't have too big of a zone, though, so I think this should kind of balance out. Ooh, this is tricky for side arc. They might get a nice string of pieces here, though. Ooh, Stoge is throwing down. Taking game 1. I think this will be an even matchup, though. Side arc had some rough misdrops there. Yeah, you should be able to leave as long as you're not the host of the lobby. Knock on wood. Or sometimes if you leave at like a weird timing, like when the lobby is like forming again, like at the stat screen or something like that, you should be okay to leave right now. Yeah, exactly. Like all trade says, if you leave between games, it can be a little bit weird. All right, side arc finding a decent down stack here. Oh no, I think they meant that they meant for that T piece to be the long bar. That was unfortunate. And Stoge will take game number 2. I believe in side arc. All right, side arc using the monochrome. Monochrome players represent. If you happen to be player 2, your monochrome is color blue. Player 1 is color golden, right? Golden. I don't know if anyone has a preference on blue or gold in terms of your monochrome color. I feel like whenever I see Dingo, he's blue. Yeah, I guess that's something to note. Like if you prefer a certain color, you could always choose that side if you are the higher seeded player in the tournament. If you perform better as a blue, choose player 2. A lot of players use the traditional colors, but all right. So what do we got from side arc here? Looks like they're going to set up for that T-spin. They do have a T-piece coming right after this square. There it is. Hopefully they can find their way out of this. Oh no! Side arc is going to top out. That was a scary board. And Stoge can throw down. Stoge guy. GG's. Yeah, that T-spin was risky. I appreciate that riskiness, though. If you practice playing aggressively, you know, eventually you'll know how to fish for all those T-spins. But yeah, thanks for playing side arc. Yeah, no, don't be afraid to play zone battle. It just takes practice. I think you have the right idea. It seemed like you just had a lot of misplacements more than anything, and that just takes practice. But thank you for playing, and that leaves us with our final match of the night. Haunt Nog has been waiting patiently, and they are going to play Lyra. I suppose a shout out to Lyra. I don't know if Haunt Nog streams, but I do know Lyra has been streaming somewhat regularly, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. So if you see her in chat, be sure to throw them a follow. Haunt Nog streams once a year. Well, throw Hot Nog Apollo for that once-a-year stream. It's a special occasion. Oh, no worries. Thanks for participating. Next week, I believe we'll have some score attack, and we'll also cover some stuff with Connected Versus, because we are going to have a teams tournament next week, which utilizes Connected Versus in addition to 1v1. It's going to be 1v1 ace matches, which seems the most fair, because if you have Connected Versus ace matches, it could be, I don't know, I feel like at certain levels, maybe boss or team might be more strongly favored, so. And that allows players to kind of be well-rounded in 1v1. I think it's a lot of fun. Almost like more of a crew battle approach. I'm really excited for the tournament stream. We're going to stream the top 4 of the Masters bracket. And I'm not sure if we're going to have 1 or 2 brackets. I think we're close to having 2 brackets, depending on who checks in. But yeah, definitely encourage more teams to sign up. Should be a lot of fun. I do know some high-level teams are waiting to sign up to stress me out in terms of setting it all up. But high-level players like to show up fashionably late to register. And Hot Nog will take game number 1. Pretty close stat-wise. We'll see if Lyra can throw down in game number 2 here. How often do these big TEC tournaments happen? Currently, once a year, but we didn't do a survey last year, and I think the most popular request was seasonal. So maybe we can look into doing it more often. The more practice we have internally running these tournaments too, we might be like, okay, we can maybe pull this off twice a year, or just have like something smaller. I think there's some merit to having like one big yearly tournament, right? But maybe we could run some like smaller scale tournaments on a seasonal scale. But would love to hear that feedback. We'll definitely be asking for feedback after this year's tournament as well. I really want to participate in the tournament, but I'm worried my volatile schedule won't allow it. Well, always feel free to register. We will have, you have to check in regardless, so no worries if you register and you can't make it. And we do have multiple time slots, so you're welcome to play in more than one time slot if you're able to and want to. We have a time slot that's like more Japan friendly, and then a time slot that is more US friendly. Time slot 1 occurs like, was it Friday evening in Japan? Or Saturday evening, excuse me. All right, well, Lyra will pull off this reverse sweep here. Opting for the 6-3 opener. Love to see it. Oh, I thought that was a PC from Hot Nog. That would have been a lot of pressure. Ooh, misdrop on that long bar from Hot Nog. And of course that other long bar is pretty far back in the bag, so it is going to force them in a zone, putting Lyra in a pretty good position here. We'll see if Lyra is able to tank some of this attack for a strong counterattack. And they do take a Tetris line clear there. And when I say tank, I mean like they accepted garbage maybe intentionally. And it just so happened that it was 4 lines ripe for a Tetris. But because Hot Nog ended their zone fairly early there, they're actually ahead on the zone meter. Not by too much, but if they decide to zone earlier, they may be able to apply some kind of zone advantage. It depends on the player. Some players would opt to rather force your opponent to zone. And okay. Lyra not in a bad position here. Finds that T-spin. Does have max zone. See how she wants to approach this. Ooh, will she tank this? She opts to tank. I think that should work out. Let's see if she... Okay, she is able to get that over into a Tetris, so kind of evens it up. Ooh, Hot Nog doing the early quarter zone with a T-spin triple in there. Ooh, almost catching Lyra off guard, it looks like. This is going to be tough for Lyra to get. Oh, look at all those S's and Z's. Oh, that was rough. Poor timing on 2 S's, 2 Z's, and a square. But GG's. That was close. Hot Nog will take it 3-0 to close out our stream tonight. That was kind of a cursed Q moment for sure. I don't think it's very common, especially in Modern, that you're going to have that line up that way. Sometimes it ends up that way in like your 4-way combo just because you're like saving your square S and Z, right? But all right, I think that will conclude our stream tonight. I've already gone over time a little bit, so thank you everyone for turning out. That was a lot of fun. And yes, if you're on the fence, get off that fence, get onto the grass, and register now for TECWC 2023. Head to www.tetriseffect.game/tournaments. We have a connected tournament next week. If you're looking for a team, definitely join our Discord. We have a Find a Team channel in there, and that's going to be a lot of fun. First and second place will be getting prize packages. We'll have more information on that, but goodies from our sponsors, Hyperkin and AtMex. We'll also have some copies of... Or wait, no. Yeah, we'll have more on that sponsor package. But we'll also have medals and T-shirts for our first place team. But yeah, top 2 teams will receive some goodies. So yes, and that same for the rest of our tournaments. So for the 1v1 tournament starting on October 21st, we'll have 2 time slots: Score Attack, then Zone Battle. Or, I'm sorry, Score Attack and Classic Score Attack, then Zone Battle. And if you place top 4 in any of those tournaments, you'll qualify for our grand finale stream, which should be a lot of fun, on the November 11th. Testing my schedule knowledge here. But yeah, looking forward to all of the tournaments. And I'll get one last plug in before I sign off for the Hyperkin beautiful Tetris Effect connected Nintendo Switch carrying case, which will be in all of the prize packages. So if you make it to the top 6 of the... I'm sorry, if you're in the top 2 teams of the connected tournament, you'll get your hands on one of these, as well as the top 4 of any of our 1v1 tournaments. And if you come out to CTWC this year, I believe we'll have some giveaways as well. And that is we'll have a booth at CTWC in Portland for the Portland Retro Gaming Expo on October 13th, 14th, and 15th. So more information on that soon. But if you are in the Portland area or going out to CTWC, be sure to stop by, say hi to myself. My coworker Sky will be there, and our moderator Commando. You do need a new carry case for the Switch. Well, if you need a new carry case, this is the one. There's no other option. This is the best protecting case for your Switch possible. And yeah, if you have Switch Lite, there's an insert in there for that. But shout out to Hyperkin. Hyperkin, also known in our classic community for some of their, they have like the official old Nintendo for the for the tournaments. The Retron, I believe. But yeah, Hyperkin has an awesome team, and definitely worth checking out their merchandise. There's their product line. Okay, so what else? Anything else I want to plug? Merch. Merch gives you special powers. Check out the hoodies, t-shirts, stickers on tetriseffect.game/buy. Okay, so I am going to conclude this stream. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Next week, we'll be doing some connected versus and score attack, and then, of course, we'll have our tournament stream that following Saturday. So don't miss out. It's going to be a lot of fun. And watching the teams play is... I love watching the team play because it mixes in the 1v1 in addition to the connected versus, and there's that like element of who's going to play our 1v1, who's going to play boss, etc. for those extended top 4 matches. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch, so hopefully all of you make it out to watch the stream. It'll be a good time. And that'll be in English on the Classic Tetris channel, and Japanese on here. So we'll have a Japanese broadcast here on this Twitch channel. Okay, so I'm going to sign off. Thank you all for hanging out, and I will see you next week. See ya, Hot Nog. See ya, Wabi. See y'all.